PNG's National Rugby League team, the SP Hunters in the 2016 Intra Super Cup, is planning for the ultimate, the grand final, that they were denied by one game last year. Still a long way to go, but the one area the team will focus on is doing the small things right. We talked to the Hunters assistant coach, Nigel Hukula. Thank you for talking to us. Big year 2016 for PNG Hunters in the Intra Super Cup. Nearly winning the grand final last year and the game with the Penrith Panthers over the weekend. So it's a big year for the Hunters.
Yeah, it's been a big year for the Hunters in 2015. This year we anticipate will be an even bigger year for the SP Hunters. It was a good game on the weekend, so we're looking forward to where we will be finding ourselves where we should be in the coming season.
Okay. Okay, the preparedness will come. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
But we just missed out on the grand final. What happened there?
I think there are many circumstances. Maybe a little bit of our first year in the finals.
Okay. A bit of anxiety in the game.
Possibly a bit of anxiety and finding out it's a totally different game. Come finals football, we were up there right up until the very end, competing against some good teams, and we probably just weren't there on the day to compete. So again, we'll see how we go this year.
Okay. You're the assistant coach of the Hunters this year. What are we going to do this year to make it better?
I think, as emphasized a lot by head coach Michael Marum, is just looking at doing the small things properly, the basics,
right.
And the fundamentals of any sport or anything that a team or individual looks at doing is just doing the little things
right.
Properly.
And what are those little things?
There's the game-related things.
Training
and making sure you catch and pass a stick and play the balls and things like that. But also the outside of being the whole picture of being a football player. You turning up early, preparedness,
Sure.
Your mental attitude, and those type of things, which all contribute towards the game.
Yeah, and you've got better facilities in PNG now, in Port Moresby now with the Lloyd Robson Oval, the former, brought up to an international standard, and you've got a vocal local crowd, so surely it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, the facilities in general in Port Moresby, Sir John Guy's and the new football stadium, formerly the Lloyd Robson Oval, we were privileged to be there over the weekend. It's outstanding facility. I think it's world-class standards, and the credit to Oil Search and all of the people who have invested their time and money into that facility. I think for the people who had the experience on the weekend, I think the 14,000 plus people, it was next to none.
Yeah.
Post fireworks and issues, but the facilities itself, I think we had really good reviews from the people from Penrith Panthers also, stating that it was as good as, if not better than, Pepper Stadium, which is their home ground.
Penrith Panthers is a class team in Australia in the NRL.
Yes,
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah. So, okay, we've got facilities, the vocal crowd, you get your disciplines right. What else do we need to do? What else does Hunters need to do?
Being our almost our third year in the competition, I think we are finding ourselves within this competition. We've proven that we can compete at this level of football. The Intra Super Cup is rated right up there, probably next in Australia, the next best competition outside of the NRL. So for us to be at that level, it's the type of attitude that and the culture that we bring. So having the right attitude at training and the way we train and the way we do things in the lead up to the game and while we're in the game and post game also.
Okay. And while you're at it with NRL, let's talk about this. Are we ready for NRL?
I think we still, the processes are there. I have my personal opinions, of course, but I think NRL is inside for Papua New Guinea, and once we have our structures in place and they're solidified, and maybe strong in good old structures, all junior level football, grassroots, and we can accommodate for everybody who is playing rugby league, that'll give us a good base to have a good base foundation growth, so that we just keep producing our own.
And we don't have that, do we, Nigel? I mean, the only thing we have anything close to that is probably the Coca-Cola Ipetas Cup as a fallback, as your breeding ground for Hunters, Kumuls, and NRL in the future. That's the only one we have, I think.
The Coca-Cola Ipetas Cup is one of the affiliated leagues. There's formerly the schoolboys. I think they're still currently going. The thing is, we have a lot of different competitions happening, and there's so much talent outside in the rural areas. And I might just say tap on the Kato Otio thing. Kato being a volleyball player and one season in PRL, and he's just gone from. So that's an example of the type of talent we have out there.
Sure. Do we need to coordinate things? Does somebody need to coordinate the young talent in this country to groom that talent into a force in rugby league? Rugby league is, after all, a national game here, the national game here. But we don't have a group that's looking into molding future players.
We have, the national development coordinator travels out and see, but of course registered under Papua New Guinea Rugby League. But there are, so as I said, there are the one or two players that are out there and get out. So Rugby League now, or we don't know where they are, but they play in maybe the Coca-Cola Ipetas Cup, or they're playing in the Gahuku League in Goroka, or the off-season up in Mount Hagen or in Enga, or the Suburban League. They're there. It's just again harnessing it and bringing it in all together so that we are all under the banner, and we can be. They can have the opportunity to be looked at.
Okay. Challenging year for you as an assistant coach. You haven't played that role before. You've been a player with the Goroka Lahanis. Tell us about that. I mean, your upbringing in rugby league yourself.
Yeah, it's probably 3 months into this role now. I was asked by the board and the coach to be an assistant to Michael. In that time, I've learned quite a bit. Michael is a very experienced coach. He's been in this role for a very long time. So for me to be in this position, also, it's a learning opportunity for me and a privilege to be there. I was also privileged to be a part and parcel of the Lahanis for about good 10 or 11 years. I went there up in 96 or 97. I was there, and I played for the Lahanis right up until about 2012. So it was a good experience. And
but you played for Lahanis in the Digital Cup, in the V-Mobile Cup, in the initial Intercity Cup. So it's Lahanis all the way.
Yes, I'm a Lahani man through and through, red and white.
But you're not from Goroka.
No, I regard myself as an Eastern Highlander, yes, but I'm originally from East Civic, but Mibla Papua New Guinea.
Oh, good on you. Okay, as a player, one final question, we're running out of time. As a player, you will bring in something that I think is probably maybe the coach will contribute, but you coming fresh as a player into the Hunters to coach them. What are the kind of things that's coming from Nigel to the players?
I think I can relate a little bit to the current crop, and I've actually some of the boys in the current Hunters. When I was in the back end of my career, I was, again, I say privileged to play alongside some of the boys like and alongside and against. So I can relate to some of the things that they are experiencing in this time, and share some of my experiences as well.
Okay.
Apart from that, also having the experience of working in previous Kumul teams as well, under Lamb and Adrian Lamb and Mal Meninga. So the type of expectations and the work that's involved in wanting to be at a certain level in football. Okay,
exciting year. Just one final question. You said you had some private opinions about our quest to be part of the NRL. You want to share those private opinions?
Oh, I think I'd keep them private.
You keep them private, all right. Thank you, Nigel. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for coming on to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right. Nigel Hukula, the assistant coach of the PNG SP Hunters in the Intra Super Cup. This is PNG Tonight. Next, the merger of common interest between a youth organization offshore and our National Youth Authority.